You know, yesterday I actually said something quite shocking about tuna. I said that I had moved on from canned tuna to being more sophisticated slash, I don't know, pretentious slash, I'm not really sure, but I kind of moved on from eating canned tuna to eating other kinds of tuna now. Also, I think that the next encounter is gonna kill me. I'm pretty sure that's what's gonna happen. I have had tuna steaks, actually quite a bit. And if you don't actually overcook them, they're quite good. I kind of expected that to happen though. Also, I should have set ATB to wait. I mean, it's not really that tough, I just wasn't really well prepared. So can I just die already? The mod details are that all your stats are at 1. Your HP and MP become slightly higher, but not by much. So that's basically the mod's whole gimmick. Your stats are minimized. You know, I could also consider having a long-range character, but like somebody with a gun or something. Well, we'll see how it's possible. I mean, first of all, the first caveat already is that you don't actually have no materia. Yuffie can only steal 48 pieces of materia, and I have more than that, so I'm gonna keep some. You collect MILFs. How very interesting. Where do you collect them? In like a pockets? In a book? I mean, I think for anyone who collected Pokemon cards, no one really played them because the actual card game, I think, is pretty much garbage, isn't it, anyway? You know, also somebody mentioned that yesterday, Sega Chief. I used to call your mod the poverty mod, which I completely forgot about, and I didn't really notice that. But when I last played your mod, which was like a week ago or so, I noticed how enemies gave you like a lot of gil. Is that somehow related to the things I said that I might have said about your mods in the past and its lack of money procuring abilities? Hey Tripley, thank you very much. Anyway, let's check out the materia I still have, which is actually like a lot. Wow, I even have HP plus material still left. Like, Yuffie doesn't really have a good, like, Yuffie doesn't even try to steal stuff that you might find useful. Like, seriously, how in the world do you keep HP plus materia? Like, this is useful, but I mean, I really wonder what order she steals stuff in. I mean, I could look it up, but it doesn't really seem very intelligent. Like, it doesn't really limit you very much if... whatever. Also, where exactly does Yuffie come from when you open the chest here? Like, she comes from the ceiling, but... does she just live under the ceiling? Like, is she Spider-Woman or something? Where does she even come from? I mean, I know she's supposed to be a ninja, but... even my belief in ninjas has certain limitations. Like, you can't just drop from the ceiling. That's not how anything works, is it? I mean, also, it doesn't really fit with how she just hides behind this power wall. Like, that is... These two things are like very different levels of sophisticated hiding techniques. Hiding behind a very obvious piece of furniture and dropping from the ceiling is like... These things are not like another. I mean, also, what was she even trying to do there? Like, did she just hope that you would never go there? And, like, for how long did she intend to stay behind this piece? Like, what was her game plan even with the power wall? Like, did she hope Cloud would just abandon it and leave for Tai without his materia again or something? You know, now that you mention that, that's probably a reference to maybe a cat cafe in Japan. I never thought about that before, but now that I've been to a cat cafe myself, I can see how maybe that's a reference to Japanese pop culture. Oh hey Fatman, how are you? I mean, if you don't like cat cafes, you can go to any other random theme cafe. I mean, when I was in Japan, they had old cafes, cat cafes, ferret cafes, obviously maid cafes, robots cafes. Actually, it was more like a robo restaurant. They had a vampire cafe, which is where I went. And those are only the ones I knew about. I'm sure there's other ones that I didn't even think of or hear about. Any Dr. Oetker pizza burger with tuna? No, I haven't. I only had them one time, and that was enough because they weren't even any good, to be honest. So I don't feel like I should try them again. Interestingly enough, I still have at least one piece of long-range material. You have never tried frozen pizza? I mean, as far as I can tell, frozen pizza tastes always the same regardless of what brand it's from. It always tastes not like fresh pizza, but like garbage tire pizza, I think. No offense. I don't really like frozen pizza. I am aware of that, but it still is not good pizza, I think. What have I been up to? I've been up to all kinds of spooky things. I mean, even if you cook the frozen pizza the way you're supposed to, the taste just doesn't ever come close to pizza that is not frozen before. It's just a very different experience in terms of taste. I think you just cannot expect frozen pizza to taste anything like unfrozen, like non-frozen pizza. That's probably just the way it's produced, and there are certain limitations as to how good it can possibly taste. I mean, you can just not buy frozen pizza and just buy pizza from restaurants, or like just order some pizza. You know, I mean, the kind of pizza you get from, like, the kind of pizza experience you get from frozen pizza isn't anything you really want. Like, I would probably not have pizza than have frozen pizza. Maybe I'm just too picky, but I don't know. I don't really like frozen pizza. You know, the annoying thing about their attack is that it also inflicts darkness. Do I have anything to actually cure that? Oh, I do. Do I care enough, though? Probably not. You will let her leave you if you can keep the cat? Wow. Those are interesting standards you have. Do people still use anything but washing machines in, like, the industrialized world? Like, I mean, if you had to use an actual washboard, you probably should just throw away your clothes and only wear them one time. From what I hear, like, using, like, actual washboards is kind of difficult. Like, it's not very fun. I mean, to be fair, a dishwasher is kind of like a luxury item. You don't really need a dishwasher. You can just use paper dishes anyway, or just, you know... I mean... I feel like a dishwasher is more of a, something you can go without compared to a washing machine. Or maybe just eat from the floor, or eat at other people's houses. Or maybe just, you know, fast until you die. There's many ways to go without dishes, but like for clothes, those options are a bit less easy to follow through. I have been traveling a bit, but I have not been traveling 3 years, and that would be the only reason why I didn't stream. No, that's not it. But I have been indeed traveling a bit, like to spooky places with spooky foods and spooky hotel rooms, spooky cats and spooky windows, to name just a few of the things I saw. I mean, I didn't just name these things randomly. I actually found the windows in Japan, like, literally spooky. They have, like, a different window system there, at least compared to Germany. Like, German windows are very different from Japanese windows. Like, you actually have, like, a, Japanese windows seem a bit old-fashioned. They have, like, German windows seem, compared to Japanese windows, they seem like high-tech. I mean, I have a hard time describing the specific technical difference between those two window types, but if you've been to both of these places, you would realize that there's quite a difference. I mean, I've also been to Japanese graveyards, which were not spooky. They were quite pretty, actually. Also, I think I should buy more Phoenix Downs, because I don't have W item material right now anymore. No, I didn't go to that spooky forest, by which you probably mean Aokigahara, where you can, like, find body parts and corpses and stuff. That was actually kind of far away from Tokyo, so I didn't go there. Even though it might have been interesting to go there. Did I meet any spooky bitches? That of course is a very profound question that I'm not sure I can answer, because I'm not always sure about the spookiness status of bitches I meet, so I don't really know if I did or if I didn't. But I definitely saw some spooky people. Actually, I went at like 7 o'clock in the evening, so I think the actual vampires were still sleeping. You got like some very enthusiastic actors trying to to play some kind of 90s cliche of a vampire. Like, I don't know. They didn't look like vampires, they looked a bit like goths who tried too hard to look like goths. But the food was okay. Like, they actually had kind of good food there, which you might not really expect from a theme cafe. I just realized I gave Aerith the Furying, which is kind of stupid, because now she can't use Seal Evil. And you can't even paralyze this. I think you can stop it, but not paralyze, which is kind of garbage. So I think I'm gonna die here, because I didn't really properly set any of this up. Why would anybody want to beat on Corneo? Like, I don't really see how that's in any way a positive. The Monomod isn't level 1, but your stats all stay at 1, so it's not quite the same, even though it's similar. So I should make sure to remove Aerith's Fearing, so she can then use Seal Evil, which should make this all much easier. I mean, this isn't even that difficult, I just made some setup mistakes, I think. I mean, I don't really know if you can call this casual playthrough or like an actual route. It's probably somewhere in the middle. You know, if I already had if I had Mystify leveled up to Berserk, I could use that on Tifa to further increase her her damage output. Unfortunately, I don't have that. Yeah, this channel had a bot, but right now nothing is working. So there's no more bots. You know, the bot was stealing people's jobs, so we had to do away with automation, and now we have to just type shit in chat ourselves again. Is there a command for where kindness was? Why is it that people always wonder about the where part? Like, why not the when part? Like, or the I don't know, the why parts, the how parts, the who parts? That's not a good idea. I don't like you. You just killed the single member that you should not have killed. You get paid every other Friday. Is it common in some places to get paid on a bi-weekly basis? Like, I think maybe it is, but like where I live, you usually get paid on like a monthly basis or maybe like an annual basis, but Hey, thank you very much.
Also,
Also, I think there might be some kind of echo. I could be wrong though. A kind of spooky echo, actually. It's not Esperanto. I think it's either Chinese or Icelandic. Maybe also Japanese, I'm not sure. Or maybe it is still Esperanto, who knows. Maybe you should get paid on a daily basis. I mean, I guess some professions actually do, like... but, I mean, I guess, like, the more often you're paid, the less serious your professional way is, like... Or maybe the less regulated it is, like... I guess to get paid on, like, a daily basis is kind of dubious, isn't it? Like... Not that there's anything wrong with it, it just seems that... It's very unconventional. Well, now that this worked, you can see that it wasn't even difficult anymore. But the fun isn't over yet. We still have the amazing Pagoda to go to. The timer stopped again. What is it with the timer? It's stopping. I don't know. I'm not sure if you can really do the Pagoda at this point, but I will try anyway. Maybe I should have a death counter. I mean, I haven't died too much. I would estimate like maybe 4 or 5 times. I mean, it's not like you die so much, it really comes down to having a good preparation. If you set up your materia and your equipment correctly, then it's not even difficult. You know, you think that Gjoerulv would be the hardest part of the Pagoda? I actually think it's more like the opposite. I think Gjoerulv is one of the easier ones. I mean, some of the enemies in the Pagoda have like death counters, which could be an issue. I think like the second one, which I don't know the name of right now. Is it something like... I mean, I know the first one is Gorky. The second one... Is it Chekhov? It's like the penguin enemy. Oh, it's Shaky. Or Shaki. Or maybe Shake. I mean... You don't really know how to say the name, do you? Hey, Wet Mystic. I'm still not sure if I should actually turn Yuffie more into a magic caster or if I should focus on his strength for the Pagoda. but I guess I'll find out very soon. The skinny enemy with the paralyzers. That must be Chekhov then. You know, apparently all of the names of the enemies in Pagoda are supposed to be some kind of theater references. Maybe not necessarily theater, but like theater / extended literature. Which flyer did I not read? Why did I not get? Did I not read this one? I mean, it's not like it really matters if you get the Turtle Paradise stuff, but did I miss any other flyer? I mean, oh well, never mind then. So it seems like I don't get a Mega Elixir. It's really very sad. So I think I'm gonna start off and just see if I can turn Yuffie into a magic caster, if that's enough. Hey Fatman, thank you very much. So I will just go with the usual Quadra Magic route. This is part of the mod. It gives you all of this materia from the beginning of the game. I mean, you have to somehow find a way to beat the bosses with those shitty stats, right? And that's what the mod does. I mean, I could also yeah, give Yuffie a tranquilizer to further reduce the damage. But, I mean, I've used tranquilizer so much in other playthroughs and other mods that at some point, I just don't want to tranquilize everyone all the time. I mean, it's not like I'm Bill Cosby or something anyway. I don't think this is enough to kill this thing. I don't know how much HP it has. Never mind. I mean, I think it had 5,000 in your mods, but this is vanilla. People, I mean, enemies are not that powerful in vanilla, so yeah. I think I'm just gonna repeat this interesting commit strategy until at least the first 4 bosses, at which point I have to rearrange my materia anyway, because Pagoda normally gives you, I think, 30,000 gil, which I want to double with gil plus materia, and I don't have a slot for that, so I need to do some readjustment before then anyway. Oh, maybe that's a lot of damage. I don't like that. Maybe I can just retry until I get a first turn. Maybe that's all I need to really do. I have no idea. You know, I haven't really spent any thought on that. Even though, if I wanted to be, a probably, Dude, this is still too much damage, what the fuck. If I wanted to go all, serious Twitch person, I probably would have to do these things, right? I mean, I guess I could... Do I even need that much magic? Maybe I should try this. Even though I mean, this still will not be enough, because I think the damage dealt was 230. Now it's gonna be halved. But also my defense is low because I don't have the curse ring anymore, so I'm still not convinced I'm gonna survive this. Never mind. I mean, sneak attack would work at any point. It's just the issue with sneak attack that because I only have level 1 sneak attack, the chance of it being triggered is only 20%. Does it always have the, let me just check if there always is a death counter, because if there is I have to actually do something else. Was that even a death counter? Like, did I even kill this thing? Oh, I didn't. Well, there is no death counter, I just didn't even kill this thing. That's interesting. Do I have any other fancy ways to deal damage? So let me check what status effects I could inflict. You can slow and stop and poison this thing, and also paralyze it. None of this really helps me, I think. Actually, that's not true. I mean, if I have... I mean, I guess I could hope for like an opening sneak attack barrier, but I shouldn't really count on that. Is that guy even still around? The guy from GameFAQs who just tells everyone that they should use Kotter and everything? Really? I mean, are we even sure that he's not just some kind of bot by this point? Hasn't he moved on with his life to, I don't know, something else? Apart from telling people to use Kotter? Apparently not, though. I mean, I guess you have to at least commend him on his consistency. I don't really see how I'm gonna make it, because I would need like a dodge or something. Well, if only. What's also kind of annoying is that the items used in the battle, they are still being used, so you kind of want to be cheap, because otherwise you just waste your items. Well, good night, Fakeman. Maybe I should just hope for an opening sneak attack. Just be killed if I don't get that. On the other hand, maybe this really is a good piece of equipment. I mean, it doesn't give you the strength bonus, but... I am still not really sure. I mean, even if I get off barrier, I think the issue is still that I don't really have any good way of dealing damage. Yeah, I mean, the issue is I can't actually kill him in the time that takes for the curse rings countdown to run out. So, I'm gonna die anyway. Also, this isn't really fast. Personally, I prefer like quick fights instead of just drawn out ones like this. I should maybe just reconsider my entire strategy with this. Actually, I could have used Death Force. I didn't think of that, but since I have enemy skill materia, I could have used that. That's a good point. Still, I think you should probably kill him before the countdown counts to 0. The Monomod is a mod in which all your stats are at 1. Your HP is maxed out at 270 and your MP is maxed out at 90. So it's a gameplay mods in which all your stats are as pretty much as low as they can be. What even is the chance of Chocomok inflicting a status, I wonder? I mean, do you actually have any good... Wait, wouldn't maybe Shadow Flare one-hit KO this thing? Yeah, let's go with that approach. I mean, if it's 40% for, like, does it actually inflict confusion or stop? Because I would only really profit from stop. But if I combined it with Quadramint, it would be halved. But then I would I would get the chance to inflict it 4 times. But still, I think I should just try to one-hit KO this thing. So essentially I would have to get a first turn. I mean, I cannot survive the attack with these stats I have. This is not a first turn. You know, in FF7, the thing about first turns is that the starting ATB gauge is always among all the parties, all the members, including enemies, like every actor in a fight. One of them has their ATB like filled to the max that it can be filled at the beginning of a battle, which is like 7/8 filled. So in a if you're fighting a single enemy with just one character, if your ATB is not filled to like 7/8, then it must be that the enemy's is, and in that case, the enemy will probably get the first turn. So you can easily tell if you will get a first turn if you're just fighting a single enemy or not. Like, this is a first turn, at least theoretically, for me. This is like much weaker than I thought it would be. This probably will not work either. So it seems I need to find like a different strategy. I mean, I could go back to just trying to poison it. And maybe I should heal. Like, I should probably use the free resting option, otherwise I'm just wasting all my MP and stuff. Hey Luke, how are you? Now, Death Blow and HP Absorb doesn't even seem like such a bad idea. Dota Auto Chess. I have no idea what that is. It sounds interesting. Slash weird. Oh yeah, I mean that's true as well. I can abuse Dragon Force. I can just cast it twice, and that's not a bad idea actually. There's no audio? Are you sure? Yeah, Dragon Force is like the Hero Drink portion. Like, no, it's like only the defense portion of the Hero Drink plus 50%, so you increase your defense and your M defense by 50%. I mean, it seems like this shouldn't be too bad. This is only the second enemy of the Pagoda anyway, and you wouldn't even have needed to do this at this point, but I guess if you can, then why not do it? Like, if it's not hard, then what's the point of playing a hardcore mod anyway? I mean, if you come back here and on like disc 2, this is, even in this mod, it's just complete pushover because you can deal so much more damage, so the only time this is really challenging is right when you can go here. Yeah, I still exist. I mean, not only do I still exist, I also am still alive, which isn't necessarily the same thing as being still existing. I actually kind of think Goda will be easier because he can use other attacks. I don't like crits. And I'm running out of high potions. I feel like I should have used Death Force earlier, because I am still gonna die next turn. This is not fun. Like, now I don't die to the countdown, but I still die to the physical attack. This is not really ideal, is it? What exactly would it mean to be like Corson anyway? See you, Sega Chief. Good night. Dude, why do you get so many crits? I guess it's because of level difference, but still I don't like it. Yeah, people, I mean, I have beaten this mod before, not on stream, but you can definitely do so. Also, I'm using up all these elixirs because I've W item, so I can just make more ones soon. So it's poisoned and stopped now. That's actually very useful. And it's also, I think, slowed, so... do I actually have any better ways of dealing damage, though? Is his level divisible by 4, maybe? No, it's not. No, he's immune to gravity, so... and he's... I mean, it's kind of nice that he gets stopped again, when he would have gotten a turn at some point. You know, interestingly, his level is 34, but the level of the previous enemy is 32, and the next enemy's level is 36. So I could use level 4 suicide on the next one. Dude, I didn't like that. I think the first thing I have to do is make more items. You can get all the summon materia in this mod, but you do not start out with any. If that's what you're wondering about. I don't actually know how much damage they would deal, but I guess I could give it a try. You know, actually I have M tentacles, they should be even better than that. That's still not really a lot of damage, actually. But I think that if I get him stopped again, I can just use those items and kill him. That's a much more realistic approach than hoping for a double cut kill at some point. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now that I realize that I actually have these items. That attack is still an issue though. Oh, you can get light curtains in that Chow. That's interesting. I'm not really sure if that would really help me though. I mean, I can just use barrier. I do want to use level 4 suicide, it's just that I can't use it on this enemy because the enemy level is 34, and that will not work. However, the next enemy has level 36, which means I can use level 4 suicide on that one. Oh, is this one, wait, I thought it's the next one. I guess you're right, actually. That would probably be even easier. Yeah, let's try that then. Even though I think it doesn't really matter anymore because the enemy should be dead now anyway. I mean, I'm gonna get one more turn, and that should kill it. Maybe I should not have used the Swift Ball, because that is actually much weaker than the M Tentacles. But never mind. I don't actually remember what kind of enemy this is. Wutai, I think, has a population of like 14 people. What would they need elections for? I don't like that. I didn't know it would counterattack. I know, but I don't have anything to paralyze this thing, I'm afraid. Can you actually stop this as well? Oh, you can. No, I mean the previous enemy, which I didn't know, had level 34, level 32. So this one now is level 34. Maybe I should just go back to my interesting item spamming. I think I'm gonna try that before suicide the next enemy though. It's part of the game. Like, by this point, you really have to wonder if W item isn't exactly the way they wanted it to be used. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they don't actually care to fix this glitch. That still was a lot of damage. Was that actually a death counter? Like, or just a I mean, no, it couldn't have been. Was that Earth Elemental? Oh yeah, it's Earth Elemental, so I could absorb that. That was a critical hit. If that had not been a critical hit, I think I would have survived. Well, the strategy against the penguin in the end was to just get lucky with stopping it, and then I just spammed M tentacles on it. How much dude, I should have probably just used an item. I thought she would be able to kill him though with her attack. Wow. She must have been like only a few HP short of killing it. This is actually quite a lot of XP, I think, for this early in the game. So Godo has 10,000 HP. Let me check the level. I don't think you can use level 4 suicide on Godo though. That would probably be too easy. Yeah, he's level 41. He can be slowed, he cannot be stopped, you can poison it. And that's pretty much it. Maybe his age is 41 as well. Maybe that's not only a his actual level, but also like a more comprehensive level. Does he look 41? Maybe? I don't really know what these monsters are supposed to be. Like, that's a good question. I think they really just transform. You know, it's kind of interesting how he healed me there, but that's not a glitch. It's, I think at least, in his AI, if Yuffie has less or if Yuffie's HP fraction is less than his, he's actually gonna heal Yuffie, not himself, which is kind of weird, but whatever. I don't think I should complain about that. I've never actually seen that in action though, until right now. Because normally you don't have to rely on that. Because he's normally killed much faster, but oh well. I mean, I wasn't actually using magic, I was using an item, so the item damage is regardless of my stats or my level. I mean, no damage is modified, it's just that your stats are lowered. I have exactly one W item materia. Hey Awakasi. Well, it has been a lot of time, it has been a long time since I've been streaming. That could explain why it has been a long time since you've been watching. The Monomod turns all your stats to 1, except for your HP and MP, which are maxed at 270 and 90 respectively, so your stats are very low, but at the same time you start out with a lot of very powerful materia and equipment. And I think that's enough Yuffie for now. Let's put her back into wherever she came from. Yeah, you cannot... I mean, the only stats you gain are your HP and MP up to level 30, at which point they become maxed. Your other stats all stay at 1, and the reason why you see that my stats are not 1 is because I have equipment on, which modifies your stats. But if you look at some other stats, you can clearly see that they are 1. And the only reason why the other stats are not 1 is because my equipment modifies those stats. No. You actually start with sources, but they have been disabled. You cannot use them anymore. I think I can, if I find the link. I guess it's easiest if you search on Google for Gjoerulv Hardcore Mod, because this mod is actually part of that mod. You should be able to find it on a website called quim.com. I don't know if you should really speedrun this mod. I mean, I guess you can, but I'm not sure if I will do that. You have Fury? How did you get Fury in the first place? Why would somebody use a hyper on you? Also, what is the real-life equivalent of an FF7 hyper? What are they called? Where would you go and buy one of these so-called hypers? Well, I'm just trying to learn more about the real world and how it works. Like, where does one acquire these interesting substances you speak of? I mean, a lot of things don't kill you. That doesn't really mean anything. Also, I think there's probably lots of meth and heroin over the place in just about any big city. I mean, I don't really think it makes such a big difference where you live. In terms of the concentration of most drugs. I mean, there are probably some exceptions. Like, some countries have stricter laws, so you probably wouldn't find some things so easily there than in other places. But I would still say it probably doesn't make such a big difference where you go. I don't think they have 0% criminality. I don't think that's really possible anywhere. But yeah, I think what you're saying about Singapore is quite true. Yeah, apparently you're not exactly allowed to go to bring bubblegum into Singapore because of how it can be littering, which is really kind of strange, but well. I mean, yeah, now that you actually see this maze again, I mean, it's not even literally a maze, is it? Like, you can't really even get lost there if you if you know what you're doing. You know, I don't think it's so much a case of first time playing the game. It's probably just that you played the game, or that most people played the game the first time when they were a child, and it seems that if you are a child, you're just generally pretty bad at video games in most things. So I can relate to that. When I played video games as a child, I was like bad at pretty much all of them. I mean, I finished most games, but I found the difficulty level much higher than I would now. You know, in the Japanese version, this puzzle is actually more difficult because you cannot control the clock so easily unless you fall down, I think, 3 times. Well, that's nice. Where did you learn Japanese? Oh, I see. Interesting. That is a lot of damage. Well, this 8-eye enemy, as well as the Gemnesmi, or whatever it's called, that I fought earlier, both of these enemies have a poison elemental death weakness, so if you use any poison elemental attack on them, like bio, they just straight out die to the attack. Hey, Mind Temple, I'm good, how are you? I mean, I streamed yesterday, but before that it has been like around 1,000 days or so. I actually did not play Crisis Core. No, I don't think I've gotten any cool achievements today yet. Maybe I have to stream for a bit longer to get any more special achievements on Twitch. So I'm gonna try and see if I can kill the enemy at the bottom when you fall down. The ancient dragons. Even though I think it's gonna be just a disaster. What have I been up to? A lot of things, I suppose. Because this is a pincer attack, I don't really know if this is even doable. I mean, I think they died to laser, but yeah, this is a one-hit KO. It's just that I need more characters, it seems. I mean, if Gjoerulv survives the first attack, that would already be very useful. Wow. This is like a lot of damage reduction. So that wasn't too bad. Once I made sure that Gjoerulv would survive a bit longer. Also, I think Red Dragon shouldn't be too hard either. Cloud can use Cross Slash, and then I can probably just kill it fairly easily. What is he even trying to do there? He just stabs the soil? I mean, he's probably practicing for when he comes to Gjoerulv later, but I always found it kind of weird how he just stabs the soil there. Yeah, this battle is short. I mean, it's even more busted because I already have double cut materia, which makes this even more ridiculous. I mean, because of my low level, which, not because of my low level, because of how your dexterity or how your speed is factored into the hit rate, because my speed is only 1, I would have a lower accuracy, so even the mistile wouldn't guarantee that I would hit all the time with Death Blow. So that strategy doesn't really work so well anymore in this mod. I mean, I could try to increase my dexterity a bit, but it's still probably too low to make sure the Death Blow connects all the time. And because Gjoerulv leaves your party after this fight with Demon's Gate, and because you do not get back her weapon or her armor, which isn't really an issue for her weapon, but because she keeps the armor on, I don't want her to die with a Zidrish, so I have to give her something else. Something not unique, because otherwise I will not get it back, which would not be good. Well, indeed, it seems like I'm back. Well, Demon's Gate has a couple of attacks that can target the entire party, which is probably why I'm gonna die a couple of times. Also, you cannot actually cover his attacks, so he can choose his targets, which is not good either. And this is really weak. I mean, Demon's Gate has a very high magic defense, but that's weaker than I thought it would be. By a lot. And this is hardly any damage at all. I probably should have spent my time on giving myself haste, so that I might have gotten extra turns off. Yeah, Bahamut actually ignores defense, that's a good point. I could have used that instead. But Bahamut has the issue that it has such a long attack animation. And who wants to see that? Like 4 times with Quadra Magic. I mean, you can also use Pandora's Box, which does the same. You know, the interesting thing is that Demon's Gate can actually start up with attempting to cast Demon Rush, which would be ideal actually, because if you deal 2,500 HP of damage to him, he will also initiate Demon Rush, and if he tries to, like if his first turn is trying to cast Demon Rush, and then you deal that damage, he will actually waste his turn. Demon's Gate has 2 sets of 2 eyes exactly, so he has 4 eyes in total. This is better damage, like much better. well, that's pretty much for how long I haven't streamed. So, good on you to catch my stream exactly when I start streaming again. I mean, I suppose Demon's Gates are part of FF7 as a series. I mean, I haven't played actually all the games in the series, but I know there's one or maybe even two Demon's Gates in FF4 and I think in FF6 as well. I mean, there's nothing like it in FF8. There is nothing in FF9. And, well, there is an enemy that kind of looks like it in FF10. There is like a tombstone that kind of looks like it, but it's not the same. And the model is also used in FF10 too. It seems like you can play quite a few songs on guitar keynotes. Why is Cloud even trying to beat Earth up there? I never really understood that. I mean, he also tries to stab her later on, but why does he even beat her there? I don't know. It doesn't really make any sense to me. I mean, it's not like they're married or anything that could explain it in a more pop cultural television series kind of sense. You know, it's kind of funny when they ask you how they're feeling, if you're saying not good, Barrett just says better keep it to yourself. That's really considerate of you, Barrett. Maybe just drink some more alcohol, maybe have a vodka or something. And if you still don't feel better, just double the amount. I restarted the timer when I restarted streaming again today. I mean, I didn't continue the timer from yesterday when I was already at like 5 hours. So to have like my total game time, you have to add, I think, around 5 hours to this timer. She probably just swam. She's probably part of some kind of Olympic swimming team. Or maybe she just pulled a Jesus and walked on the water or something. Or maybe she just, you know, hired an Uber. Or maybe like a Lyft. What is the app? I don't know if it's really an app, but isn't there also an app where you can like rent a jet? Maybe a helicopter or something, like Uber, but not for cars, but for helicopters or boats or something like that. Maybe she just took a tricycle. There's an app to rent a Chocobo, well that is of course the by far most superior app. Maybe there isn't a pun for everything. You know, I think that's probably a very sad truth, but I don't know. I'm not sure if you can mathematically prove that you can have a pun that works with everything. Even more so because puns are kind of debatable. Like, if something is a pun or not is not really that clear cut. That's not necessarily true. I mean, you can probably have a theory on jokes. You know, most jokes actually are very logical. They follow like a certain logical framework. I mean, I am of the opinion that you can very well analyze humor and jokes logically. I mean, you can explain why some things are funny. Most of the time, things are funny because they break expectations of the conventional. Like, most jokes, punchlines, work in such a way that there's just something where the expectation of what you expect to hear is very much in contrast to what you actually do hear. So I have to get a limit break before Genova live, and it would be really nice if I could get a limit break. Yeah, you can, but that's a very slow fight. I mean, it's not like I have to win the fight very fast, but if you just wait for her to run out of MP and have somebody equip the water ring, at which point they cannot die anymore, that just usually takes a while. I mean, it's a fairly foolproof strategy, it's just also kind of a waste of time. Yeah, I mean, literally all her attacks are water elemental, but you only have one water ring. Well, actually, I think I have two now, but still. So, I mean, only one character would be able to survive the attacks. And that would mean that it would be just kind of slow. It's much preferable to have Cloud in the beginning of the battle use cross slash to paralyze her. And then you can just set up somebody killing her faster. Also, Genova life is actually weak to earth, the element, so you could make use of that. Let me just check if she has any other elemental properties. So Genova life nullifies gravity, absorbs water, and is weak to earth. Interesting. Which means we could have a fun time watching Kiata 4 times. Well, I have the water ring though. And I mean, I could equip that to some. I mean, I can give that Sid. So Sid cannot die anymore, but merely not dying anymore isn't really good enough. You want to also be able to deal damage kind of fast, which I'm not really sure if Quadra Magic casting Kiata is a good idea, but I mean, when was the last time you even saw that summons attack animation? I think we might just have to compensate for our year-long lack of seeing summon animations. Even though this might be overcompensation by now. The Monomod keeps all your stats at 1, your HP cannot exceed 270 at level 30, and your MP is capped at 90. So the Monomod, what it does, it keeps all your stats very low. On the other hand, you start out the game with some very powerful equipment and materia. As you will see, I have quite interesting materia setups. That would be an idea as well, but actually, maybe I should try that. Let me just check if that's not a better idea. The issue is that the Yoshiyuki doesn't have linked materia slots, so you cannot actually use elemental and earth with it. The same issue applies to the Power Soul. It doesn't have linked materia slots, so you cannot profit from the earth elemental. Do you still have Fury? That's really bad. Maybe you should get a tranquilizer. Dramatic music or other sound effects. Is the fact that Cloud's mouth is dry in any way related to the fact that Aerith just died? I mean, he says that in response to Sephiroth killing her, but still, like, how are these things even connected? So it seems that we didn't get to see the magical Kriata summons 4 times. What a shame. Does she look like she carries cash with her? I mean, maybe. Does she even have pockets though? Indeed you tried. So I guess you want to know what the Monomod is. The Monomod is a mod in which all your stats stay at 1. Your HP is capped at 270 and your MP at 90. But also you start out the game with a lot of very late game gear. Tuna in water or tuna in oil? I know this is of course a interesting question, and different people have different opinions on that. Do you actually know Julia Child? She's a fixture on Twitch's food channel, and she says that you should go with tuna and oil because people should not be afraid of fat. But personally, I would I would probably choose the water or the brine because I don't know, I might be afraid of spooky oil. I mean, to be fair, you probably shouldn't eat too much canned tuna anyway, so... I mean, there's better ways to eat tuna than canned tuna. Something that's one of the revelations I had since I last streamed 3 years ago. Why should it be sunflower oil though? You only now canned tuna? Maybe you should go to like a restaurant every now and then. Some of these so-called restaurants have tuna on their so-called menus, and you can try that. Some of it actually tastes good. Why can't you eat sushi every day? It's expensive? Well, just find a way to make more money then, or maybe work at a sushi restaurant. You might get like free food then. Just sell body parts of yours for money, like everyone else does. I mean, who needs a second kidney anyway if you can eat sushi, right? Well, that probably depends on how much your mortgage actually is, but... 20,000 US dollars in Mexico for a good kidney? That's awfully specific of you to know. You know, I wonder if Sephiroth had to go snowboarding as well on his way, or to another cave. Did he also steal somebody's snowboards? How did he do that? I mean, I think all of your body parts depreciate over time. Like, none of your body appreciates with time, I think. He pogo hopped. Well, that's an idea as well.